Alright, what's up, YouTube? Quick video. Martin Murray against Arthur Abraham this weekend. Abraham is going to be defending his WBO super middleweight title. And it's going to be televised here in the States. So, whenever there's fights, international fights, that's going to be televised here. I try to let you guys know. Same channel as before, AWE. I don't know what cable service provider you guys have. I have Verizon. I have seen fights on this channel before. Usually, they will get the fights on this channel whenever there's usually a bigger fight later that night. Or if it's like a major international fight, sometimes they pick up the fights on Saturdays, okay? This fight will be showing at 3 p.m. Eastern, okay? Like I said, I have Verizon. I don't know if every other network, DirecTV, whatever it is that you guys have, I don't know if they have the channel AWE. But if you're going to be home all day, just hanging out, waiting for the Canelo Cotto fight, it's not a bad card. They usually show the full card, like however amount of fights there are. I've seen like 6 fights before on a card, 6, 7, 8 fights before. Other fights that's been shown, I believe I saw Klitschko against Povetkin. I've seen Carl Froch against George Groves on this channel, the first one, I believe. I've seen countless fights on there. Klitschko fights. I've seen that wasn't on HBO. I've seen Carl Frampton against Kiko Martinez on this channel. I've seen a good number of fights. Usually when they televise it, I try to remember to tell you guys. So if you're going to be hanging out all day, why not watch this before the Canelo and Cotto card starts if you want to watch some boxing. Usually the cards are drawn out for about 3-4 hours on your television. So, if you're home not doing anything, and if you're gonna order the fight, you might as well just watch this unless you're watching college football or whatever, or basketball or whatever. But yeah, just let you guys know. As far as the fight itself, I haven't seen Martin Murray fight since he lost to Gennady Golovkin at 160. Now, Murray was always considered to be like a bigger fighter at 160, okay? He's usually taller, a little bit bigger, a lot more durable than most of his opponents. I think he still holds the record in all of Golovkin's knockouts of lasting the longest amount of time. I think he went, 10, 11 rounds in that fight with Golovkin, okay? So anyway, as far as the fight, I don't know. I know Murray's coming off 3 knockout wins since he's moved up, okay? He claims to feel much better fighting at super middleweight. It's more at his natural weight, so he doesn't have to cut down. I mean, he never was considered to be a huge puncher, but he's got 3 knockouts since that fight, since that loss, all right? Not against no one major, I didn't watch the fights. I went on BoxRec and checked them out. But, Arthur Abraham has been defending the WBO title for a while, okay? He's been having a good run since, at super middleweight. So, as far as the styles, they actually fight a little similar, They're not too far off when it comes to age. Abraham's a couple years older. But as far as styles, they're similar, They both keep a high guard. I think Martin Murray's a little bit more mobile. He's a little better at he's probably gonna fight and try to keep space in between them. Abraham is definitely the bigger puncher between the two. I mean Murray might be doing better at 168. He might feel better at 168, but overall Abraham has proven to be the bigger puncher, okay? And I think the way the fight is gonna go, it's hard to call. Because Martin Murray seems like whenever he stepped up and fought the better fighters, he never actually really won, The Stern fight was close. I remember seeing that fight years ago. That fight was pretty close. That was a draw. And then he fought Sergio Martinez. And that fight, was a fight that he could have won. Most people think he edged that fight. He did knock Sergio Martinez down in that fight. But, they still gave it to Sergio Martinez, right? In a very close fight. I think Murray won the fight, but I do think it was very, very close too. And then he lost to Golovkin. So I feel like every time Murray has stepped up, and I respect him as a fighter, he hasn't really won whenever he had to step up. And I think Arthur Abraham is a huge step up, a guy that I think is a bigger puncher. Abraham is not a volume puncher by any means. You know, he likes to keep that tight defense, high guard, very stiff, but he's explosive at any given moment. And you know, he'll just walk you down and throw a few big combinations. That's pretty much his game. Martin Murray is a guy that's gonna be a little bit more elusive in there, making more use of his jab, probably trying to keep distance and just being more mobile and using the ring a lot more, you know. But he also used the high guard too. Saying they both have the same, you know, style of defense. They cover up in a very tight high guard. But I think Murray is going to be the guy that's going to be more of the mover, and I think Abraham is going to be more of the banger. If I had to pick someone to win, it's tough. I think Murray has what it takes to win. You know, I think if he uses jab and does a lot more work, like how Paul Smith did in their first fight with Arthur Abraham, I think he could be more busier and win the fight. But I think Abraham is gonna have the advantage of he's gonna have the more meaningful shots, the bigger punches, the bigger shots landed in this fight, in my opinion. I do think Murray can outwork him, but he has to stay busy and he has to keep the distance a little bit and make good use of his jab, stay busy and go shoot that jab down low, since you know Abraham is used to keeping that tight high guard. Okay, but you know, it's hard to call it. I really don't know where to go. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know where I really think I'm going with Abraham, because you know the guy has been doing his thing for a while, and you know he's made so many consecutive defenses with this title, and like I said, Martin Murray usually doesn't do enough to earn a win when it's time for him to step up. Okay, and I feel like this is another case where he has to step up, and I won't really know if I really don't know where to gauge him right now until after this fight. So I'm gonna go with Abraham by decision. You know, he's durable. Martin Murray is very durable. I mean, both of these guys are very durable. So I got Arthur Abraham winning by decision, but I do think it's gonna be competitive. I think it's gonna be close, and I think Martin Murray does have a good chance of winning this fight. But anyway, let's let you guys know the fight is gonna be on television here on AWE. At 3 p.m. Eastern, okay, and it shows the entire card. All right, I believe Darlis Perez is rematching that guy he fought earlier during the summer too. That's gonna be on the undercard, and it's gonna show the whole card. All right, they always show, like, it's usually on for like 4 hours. All right, so let me know what you guys think about the fight, and make sure you hit subscribe. Peace.